Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and today we are tackling the powder blushes. I'm going to be ranking all of my blushes in my collection, which is also going to help me with my upcoming blush declutter. I'm going to be continuing with my declutter series on my channel here, and so I'm going to be getting these powder blushes ranked today. I've got them in a loose order right now. I might change a couple things, but I'm pretty sure this is the order. But I wanted to show you guys like all of these blushes. All of these are single blushes pretty much. There's a couple that are like some I consider a palette. There is one palette, and then there's a couple that are just like single blush shades. So there's a lot of blushes here. There are a total of 30 blushes that I counted. I counted the palettes as one. If I would count the individual blushes, like the individual pans, it would be more than that. But I counted just like the 30 individual packages, and then there are not 30 categories though, because some of them are categorized together. So here we go. This is a big undertaking. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible, not do too much, just keep it straight to the point ranking them. Alright guys, we have 25 categories, so hopefully I can keep all of these straight. Alright, so the two blushes come in at number 25 are these two from Coastal Scents. So I categorized these together. They're called Golden Hour and Bravado. So I do like these, and I'll preface by saying I pretty much like all of my powder blushes. I don't think there's any that I dislike, or hate. But these ones are just kind of meh. They're not anything like super special. They're okay. This color here like doesn't show up very much on my skin. This color here is pretty, but I just don't reach for these, and so that's why these ones are at position number 25. Alright, moving right along, at number 24 is a blush I've actually recently got, and I've only used it once, which is why it's kind of at the bottom. But still, I think it will probably still stay in this position. This is from the brand Santee. They're like a drugstore dollar type of brand. So this blush was $1 on the Shop Miss A site, and the blush looks like that. Pretty imprint, like that's cute. Packaging, you know, it's $1, so pretty cheapy kind of packaging. This blush is pretty and all, but it's just, again, it's nothing special. It's not my favorite type of formula. It's got a little bit of a sheen to it, which I do like, but it's just nothing that I would constantly be reaching for. I mean, the color's pretty and it's soft to touch, but again, it's just, I have formulas that blend out a little bit more better than this one. And again, nothing wrong with it. I like all of my powder blushes. It's just not one that is a favorite. Moving on right along from that, I have one from the brand Starry. I believe I also got this off of either like Cherry or Shop Miss A, which are both like dollar beauty online stores. This one cost, again, about $1. It's just called Blush. I don't think there's any shade name on these dollar ones. No, there's like those shade names on these. So this one is just called Blush. It was $1. It's an okay formula. Again, very soft to the touch. And you can definitely tell that there's, you know, it's kind of a, cheaper formula. But it's pretty. It's not a bad blush at all. Like, if you need something affordable, this is fine. This works really nicely. It's a pretty color. I like the design. Like, some of these dollar ones, the design in the blush is really pretty. Alright. Coming in at number 22, I can count, is one, again, I got from Dollar Tree. I got this one from Dollar Tree. It's Beauty Benefits Hollywood. This blush is, again, $1 blush. No shade name, but it's just called Blush Beauty Benefits Hollywood. And it looks like that in the pan. So it's kind of a brighter, almost reddish blush color. It's kind of pigmented, a little too pigmented, so you have to work to kind of get that one to sheer out. Again, fine blush, okay formula, nothing terrible to say about it. It's just I like things more than this. And if you're younger, or if you're on a budget, or you need a blush and you don't have a lot of money to spend on it, nothing wrong with it. Might be a little worried about ingredients. Yeah, there's definitely no ingredients listed. It just says made in China, and apply on lips or around eyes. But it says it's a blush. That's very strange. Okay. Number 22, that one right there. Coming in at 21 are these two blushes from Wet n Wild. These are the Color Icon blushes. They are in the shades Pearlescent Pink and Fantastic Plastic Pink. So two of these little Wet n Wild blushes. These I think are pretty like classic for Wet n Wild. I think these are like older blushes. And they're pretty nice. I like them. I think they're like pretty on the cheek. The only thing is that more this one than the other one. This one, it has like literal glitter particles that don't kind of dissipate when you're blending it out. It just stays very apparent like glitter, and I do not like a very apparent glitter particles on my face, unless it's like I'm going for like a crazy highlighter or something and I'm doing it on purpose. But like, I don't like that. I like a glowy blush. I love a glowy blush, but like glitter, no. And this one, for some reason, is less glittery. I don't know if it's because I've gotten more into the surface, but there were, I don't know if you guys can see, there are kind of like glitter particles, but when you blend this one out, it doesn't look glittery. So I don't know why, but these are very affordable. Again, most of my blushes are affordable. I don't necessarily think you need to spend a whole lot of money on blush. I mean, all right, coming in at number 20, I think. 20 is this blush that I've had for quite a while. I got this in an Ipsy bag. This is the Lychee and Gold Seraphine Botanicals blush. I actually really like this blush, but it's pretty much expired. I don't use it that much anymore, so which is why it's kind of fell down. And the color is pretty, but it's kind of really like light. Like you can barely see it on my finger there, and like the back of my hand is lighter than and you can barely see it. So imagine that on my face. It gives a pretty glow, like it gives a pretty glow, but it doesn't show up that much on me. But I did enjoy this when I first got it, so I would like to try some of their other shades. This one I'm pretty sure is expired. I've had this for more than 12 months, and it's got like some weird texture on it now. I don't know if you guys can see that. So yeah, this one probably need to declutter. Alright, coming in at number 19, we're moving right along. This is the Milani Romantic Rose Blush or powder. What is this called? I don't know. It's called something. I know the shade is Romantic Rose, and it's their powder blush. And I actually really like the formula of this. My issue is the color again. I don't know why I do this to myself. I look at these colors and it's hard to tell sometimes when you're doing it online, but I actually picked this up in the store and I don't know what I was thinking because this does not show up on my skin tone at all. So that's pretty much the reason why it's ranked at number 19. I think if I had another color it might be higher on my list, but this color as of right now is got this ranked at number 19 because this is the only Milani blush that I do own. But I think the formula is okay, and I like the whole presentation of this. The flower in there is beautiful, and I do like the formula. It's just I haven't used it a lot because there's no point. So number 18 is this single blush from Lottie London. The shade is called Zac. Okay, and it's a pretty blush. I think this blush is really nice. I think the formula is nice. It's like soft to the touch. That color is super pretty. I think it blends nice. It's just at number 18 because I haven't used it that much. I think because it's like not in a compact or in a palette, I just kind of forget about it, and so I don't use it that much, which, you know, it's no fault of the blush. That's just me, but it's nice. I like it. It's nothing wrong with it, and it's a nice color. So number 18. Number 17 is one that is, again, $1. I have a lot of dollar blushes because I like to try dollar makeup to see, like, is it any good, really? And this one is from the brand Prisma. Again, only product I own from them. I think I own a contour I picked up at the same time. And this one is just called Blush, and the shade is Plum Pink. So 05 Plum Pink. It looks like that inside. Pretty blush. Pretty nice formula. Like, it feels kind of creamy. I mean, it's $1, so... And you do get what you pay for, obviously. But I don't necessarily think that you have to pay a whole lot of money to get nice products all the time. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. And I have palettes, eyeshadow palettes that are luxury price, and then I have some that are $3, and I like both of them. So it just depends on formula and application and all that good stuff. And that's a pretty blush, so that's why that one is at number 17. Alright, number 16. These blushes were like my go-to blushes for quite a while. Again, they're dollar blushes from Shop Miss A, and they're actually in these little duos. You have a highlighter, which these highlighters are actually pretty nice actually for $1, and the fact that you're getting 2 products for $1, mind-blowing. The blushes are pretty nice, pretty powdery. That's going to be something you're going to see with a lot of these dollar ones. They can be a little like powdery, and they kick a punch, but they're almost like pigmented and ashy at the same time, which, if that makes sense. But the blush in here is really pretty. And then I have a second one that's, again, the same kind of format. This one is a little bit harder to show up on my skin tone, so I do like this one a little bit more. But it's a nice shade, and it's pretty, and the highlighter is nice too. You guys, for a second I thought I couldn't count, but then I saw the blush sitting to the side. So this one is number 15. This is from a brand Malibu Glitz. I own a couple products from them, and this is what the outside packaging looks like. Again, you guessed it, it's a $1 blush. I got from Shop Miss A, and it just says blusher on the other side, no shade name. Comes with a little like spongy thing here, which I have used. Not the best applicator. This one is super pigmented, and it's like a super glowy blush, so I do like that. It looks like glowy on the skin without, again, being like glittery. Again, you can kind of tell these dollar formulas kind of all have the same formula. So, but it's a really nice, I mean, it works. It's pretty pigmented, so if you do, you know, want to pick up a $1 blush and decide to go with this one, use a light hand, especially if you're more fair skin tone. If you have a deeper skin tone, you'll probably get away with, you know, using it normally. Alright, going straight into number 14. This one I have not used a whole bunch because I haven't had it that long. I have had it longer than some other ones, but I don't know, I just haven't reached for it as much, but I do like it. It is from the brand Believe Beauty, which is Dollar General's makeup brand, their in-house brand that they've got, and all their products are under $5 or something like that. So this one I'm pretty sure was about $5. This one is in the shade Rosy Glow, and the blush altogether is called Born to Blush. So this is the shade Rosy Glow. It is actually really pretty. I really need to use it more. It's actually in my stash this month, and it's so glowy. It almost looks like a blush topper or even a highlight to me. Like if you have a fairer skin tone, that might be maybe a highlight. I don't know. It's pretty. I need to use it more. So that one's number 14. Number 13, this one is kind of a blush palette. It's from a Muse Cosmetic Blush. Again, it's a $1 blush. It is a blush trio. That's what it is. And so you have 3 different colors in there. All of these have like a slight like shimmeriness to them. They're not the most pigmented blushes, but I mean, yeah, you get some color payoff for sure. Again, this is $1 for 3 different blushes in there. Nice formula. I actually really enjoy these. That's why they came in at number 13. I think they're pretty nice, and they're $1, so again, affordable, pretty nice, and you get 3 different colors. So it's almost reminding me of like the Anastasia 3 blush thing that they have that I don't have, but it reminds me of that. Alright, number 12 is going to be from Burt's Bees, and a lot of people rave about this formula, and I do like the formula a lot. I think maybe I should try some other colors, because this one is the shade Cinnamon or something. I don't know what it was called. I know a lot of people talk about this particular shade, and I heard from one of my favorite YouTubers, Juicy Jazz. She recommended this, and I do like it, and it does show up if I like go in with it a little bit, but I think this is better for fair skin tones. I mean, I can't get it to show up, but yeah, that's why it's at number 12 for me, because of the shade. I think if I had another shade, this one would jump up a lot, because I really do like the formula. It's really smooth, it's really buttery, and it's really, really pretty on the skin. Alright, we're at number 11 right now. This one is from Wet n Wild, so we have another Wet n Wild category here. This is their little blush duo. It's like a blush lighter, so it's one of those really glowy blushes that's like a blush and a highlighter. So the packaging outside looks like that. These are fairly new, I believe, and this one is called Flash Me. Flash Me. So you have a more highlighter shade there, and then you have a blush shade. You can mix them, but they're both shimmery. Like, they're both glowy, like, highlighters in a way. So this is the blush side. Really pretty shade. I'm kind of mixing all the blushes up, but there it is right there by itself. You can see it is pretty, like, shiny, like a highlighter. Really, really pretty on the skin. Into our top 10, number 10, this one is from Ciate London. It is called Marble Delight, and it is in the shade Dusk. I got this in a BoxyCharm, and I really do like this one. I like the formula. I think it's like quite hard pressed, so you do have to get in there to really pick anything up, but it just leaves a light color on the cheek, and then a lot of glow, like glow from within type of glow. Not necessarily shimmery, but just like your skin is glowing, and I really like that. I believe this is a baked blush. I'm not 100% sure, but it seems like it's baked because it has that kind of dome-ish shape inside. I use this one a lot. I'll use this as a blush topper more so because it doesn't have a whole lot of pigment, and again, I like a more pop-in blush color on the skin, so I'll put another blush down and I'll top this over it to get that glow. So if I want like a glow and have a matte blush. Number 9 is Becca blush. This one is super beautiful. This is the only Becca blush I own. I like this one because again, it's got that shimmeriness to it, and it is in the shade Snapdragon. So you guys have probably seen the Becca packaging, but yes, this is a luminous blush. So they're luminous blush in the shade Snapdragon. It's really, really pretty. It's super gorgeous on the cheeks. I wish I could show application for all of these, but it would just take way too long. I have too many blushes and I don't have time. I'm trying to make this video not too long. This next one is from ColourPop. It is their just pressed powder blushes, and this is actually from the Disney Designer Collection, their 3rd collaboration with Disney, I believe, when they had the Masquerade one. So the packaging, first of all, is absolutely gorgeous, and this one is in the shade Kissing a Frog, the Tiana one. I knew this was going to be beautiful on me, and it is. It is a pretty blush. It's like a glowy, just beautifulness. Formula is lovely, and it builds up really nicely. You guys probably cannot see that, but it is such a pretty blush. It is one of my favorites, which is why it's up here towards the top at number 8. So number 7, these are the AOA Lumi blushes. They're like super radiant, glowy blushes. These are from the AOA studio on the Shop Miss A website, so they are again $1. Both of these retail for $1. So the 2 shades I have are Golden Apricot, which is this one. It's got like that kind of marbling in it. It's so pretty on the skin. It's super duper glowy though, so if you like don't like a glowy blush, you would not like this. It almost is bordering on a highlighter, but yeah, it is pretty. It's such a pretty blush on my skin tone. Again, it depends like on your skin tone, what you like, all that good stuff. And then the other one I have is called Sin, and it is more of like a brownish kind of color. It is super pretty. If I just show you guys a swatch there of it, and then when you blend it out, it's so pretty. And these are $1. They're like one of my favorite like super glowy blush, like radiant blushes, and I use these all the time. I reach for them all the time. Sometimes I'll top them over other blushes, again, if I want to have more radiance, and they're $1. Stress this, $1. This is a good formula. Alright, number 6 here, we have the Cover FX Duo, the monochromatic blush duos. I hear so many people raving about these, so I had to get one. This is in the Warm Honey shade. So you get a matte side and then you get a shimmery side. You can mix them, you can keep it matte, you can keep it shimmery, do what you like. And you get 2 blushes, obviously. These are more expensive. These are probably the most expensive blushes I've shown so far. Everything else has been more drugstore pricing. So this is the most expensive one, I believe, that I've shown so far, at least to my knowledge. And it's a really pretty blush. I really do like the formula of these. I think that mixing them is like my favorite. If I were to mix, it just gives that glow that I love, and the shade is really pretty too. It's very pigmented, and you can build it up as well. But it's not too pigmented. You know, sometimes you have blushes that are just way too pigmented. That's not the issue here. So I really do like this. I have to say that my expectation was probably set a little bit too high when I first got this, which is why these are coming in at number 6. But I really do like this formula. I hear so many people rave about it. I wouldn't put it as like my number 1, but 6 is pretty good. Alright, coming in at number 5, top 5 now. Coming in is AOA Studio. Again, we got the Shop Miss A, we got the Dollar Blushes. This one, again, retails for $1. Different formula than the other ones we've seen from Shop Miss A, though. And it is in the shade Auburn. So it looks like this with the outer packaging. Nice, sleek packaging. I mean, it's just black packaging, nothing super special. It is $1. And this is what the shade looks like inside. It is the shade Auburn. It is such a pretty blush, and the formula is so nice. It's just so pretty. I think it's just really, really a gorgeous color. It almost reminds you of like maybe a little bit orangey bordering, you know. Is there a thing? Yeah, you see that color? That is so pretty. I love an orangey like blush. Super gorgeous, and this is $1, and it blends out so nicely. The formula is so good. So yeah, this one I definitely recommend, and it's called the AOA Perfect Blush, and it's pretty nice. Alright, coming in at number 4 is actually a blush palette. So I don't know if this is technically like cheating, but I made up the rules, so I just decided that this could qualify, even though there's 10 blushes in here, as one category. So this is number 4. I don't own that many blush palettes, which is why I decided to go ahead and include like duos and trios and stuff in here, and my only blush palette, which is this one. And this one is from BH Cosmetics, a very affordable brand. So this was very affordable. You get 10 blushes in here. This one you might say is probably a highlighter, but yeah, the rest are blushes. I love this palette. I don't use like these colors as much because they're a bit light, but honestly, almost all of the shades in here I can use. They're super pretty. The formula is really pretty. I can't believe I got this much blush for the price, and there's actually a good formula inside of here. I love this blush palette. I don't reach for palettes as much as my single blushes, but like when I need a blush palette and I don't know what to do, what blush to use, I'll just pull this out because there's so much variety inside one palette, and then I can just pick 1 or 2 or mix, and it just always comes out really pretty. So that's why this one is so high on my list, because of the variety, the colors, the formula. It's just a really good blush. BH Cosmetics, you did a good job. So that one is coming in at number 4. Alright, my top 3. I have 2 drugstore ones and 1 high-end. Can you guess the order? Alright, so at number 3 is going to be the Natasha Denona highlighting blush, the Bloom highlighting blush. This one is, again, one of my more expensive blushes. I don't own a whole lot of like really expensive ones, or not even expensive, but like mid or high end. Like I've got the Becca, I've got the Cover FX, and some other ones here, but most of my blushes are pretty much drugstore or very affordable. This one, though, I have to say is definitely worth the money of spending a little bit extra to get a really nice formula and a really nice blush. The formula in this is so pretty. This color is gorgeous. I think it works really nice for deeper skin tones. Is very pigmented, so you can go in with a light hand, and I mean you go in with a light hand. If you have a deeper skin tone, you know, it might be a little easier. But if you're fair skin tone, I would say definitely use a lighter hand, because even I had to go in with a little bit at first and then build up as I need. And it's super pretty. Again, I love glowy blushes. Like a lot of these are glowy that I've shown, and this one is such a pretty sheen, such a pretty glow. It just gives such a gorgeous look on the cheek. So that's why this one is coming in at number 3. Plus, I love the packaging. It's so sleek and cute. I think it's probably some of the best packaging I've got. Like, there's some other ones I really love, but I think that packaging is really cute. Alright, number 2. These are some I just got sort of recently. I haven't used them that much. The more I use them, the more I love them. They might even get to number 1 one day. But these are the Essence blushes. I've got 2 different ones. I've got the Satin Touch blush, which is this one right here, and Satin Love. It is such a great, like, it's such a pretty formula. Like, when I used to hear people rave about this, I was like, are you guys for real? Like, it's a $3 blush, and I've got cheap blushes, but I didn't think it was going to be that good. But this is such a nice formula. Like, it's just so effortless, and this color almost looks like it work on me, but it actually does when you build it up a little bit. It's so pretty, and it's just such a, like, more natural looking to me, in my opinion. And then the other one, which is called The Blush from Essence in the shade Beloved, is super pretty. If I can get it open, super pretty too. It looks like that. It's just like a nice pinky color. I love the imprint in there. This one too, the imprint is so pretty. And again, the formula, blush has a real, Essence has a really nice blush formula, and I'll put it over the other swatch because I do often mix these as well, and they work really well together, even though they're kind of like two different, I think, blush lines. I think the formula is pretty similar between the two, and I think these were like $3, so like nice. All right, number one. Whew, we're at the end. Number one, my number one blush category are the Maybelline Fit Me blushes. Now, this might be a surprise. I know some people might love these, some people might think they're just okay. I personally really like them for powder blushes. I think these are some of my best powder blushes. I have 3 shades. I have Berry Bay, which is, of course, a berry shade. Super gorgeous. These are very affordable too. They're drugstore, Maybelline. This one is called Rose, and it's so pretty. It's kind of got a little bit of shimmer in there. And then this one is called Wine. So pretty color. I think this might be my favorite color of the 3, and I just love it. And they have like a subtle glow to them. They're super soft. They're kind of almost creamy, and they're just a wonderful formula. Look at that pigment, and but then they're easy to blend out too. So these, I don't know how much these are. I think these are like $5, I want to say, or give or take, maybe like up to $7. These are super nice formula. Beautiful colors, so much variety. Like, these have so much variety. Like, I love the Essence ones, but they don't have a lot of shades in these. Like, I don't think a lot of people can't use this, which yikes. And even though this is a really good formula, these I think have so much more variety, different colors, deeper colors, lighter colors, and that's why they rank number one for me. I just really love the Maybelline Fit Me blushes. I would definitely recommend them. Plus, they're affordable, so they're so accessible to many different people. Alright guys, that is all of my powder blushes. Oh my goodness, that was such a long time talking. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and do you agree with my rankings? Do you like these blushes? Have you tried any of them? Tell me down below, what is your favorite powder blush? I'm a blush fanatic. I want to try out more blushes, of course, but I think I have pretty much enough with the 30 cream blushes and then the 30 powder blushes. I think I have enough, but still, tell me your blush favorites down in the comments below. Give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I will be doing a blush declutter soon, so look out for that soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. Love you guys, and be safe.